white supremacist race soldier in Jacksonville, Florida, punches and throws an FBA sister to the ground by the name of Erica Mcgriff. And he also was choking our sister out while she was on the ground, which is a bunch of nonsense. And they gave some, bogus excuse as to why they engaged our sister to begin with, saying that her car was left in the middle of a school's intersection while picking up her young daughter from school. Her young daughter was actually there to even, have to witness these, events, and they also claimed that our sister, resisted arrest, which is a bunch of nonsense, a typical lie that these race soldiers, throw out there, and okay, if our sister's, car was left in the middle of a school's intersection, why not just tell her to move it? Or, a simple ticket would have been in order, and then they gave some bogus excuse as to why this damn, racist white supremacist race soldier was punching down on our sister like she was some grown ass man, saying that she resisted, she bit him, she punched him. And that's a bunch of nonsense. I wish the hell I would have been there and seen a race soldier beating down on any black person, especially a black woman or child. I'm in that thing ASAP, no questions asked. And then you got, coons and melanated tethers like this school's official, because he's for damn sure one of the others sitting around there and doing absolutely not a damn thing. And this is why we need that black hate crimes bill put into law quick, fast, and in a hurry to protect and insulate our people. We also need police reform in this country. You know what I mean? And police should be, made to, look like the people that they supposed to be protecting and serving and live in those communities, because then it wouldn't be so easy for these damn race soldiers to harm our people. You know what I mean? And our sister, Erica Mcgriff, has been charged with a whole host of charges, including, battery on a police officer, resisting arrest from a police officer, and some other things, which is a bunch of nonsense. They even found a way to put, some bogus, charges on two sisters that actually, tried to help. And their names was Anetta Gibson and Jasmine, Jefferson. And they've been, charged under a new law that Florida's got called the Halo Law. You know what I mean? To where though you can't come in the vicinity of an officer recording with a phone, some bogus charge, leave it to white supremacists to try out a new charge on black people. So I got the audio and the video of, this nonsense to where though they put charges on these sisters and, this race soldier was beating down on our sister like she was a grown ass man, and that's out of pocket and out of order. And we won't have that, and we're going to walk through and talk about this thing how we normally do. But I ain't going to be playing too much of the actual, her interaction, where this damn race soldier degenerate was putting his hands on our sister, because that really makes me mad. And we're going to walk through and talk about this thing how we normally do, family. Fair use.
This arrest stems from a criminal incident that occurred on the afternoon of Tuesday, October 7th, outside of the IDEA Charter School located in the 1800 block of Bassett Road. Erica Mcgriff, a habitual traffic offender with revoked Florida driving privileges and a parent of an IDEA student, illegally parked her car in an intersection and left it running and unattended. Officer Holton, a JSO officer working as part of the Safe Schools program, attempted to lawfully discuss the matter with Mcgriff.
This TK Water sheriff ain't nothing but a coon or a damn tether, a melanated tether put out here by a white supremacist society to run decoy. That's a bunch of nonsense. He ought to be ashamed of himself, getting up there speaking this type of nonsense. But let's continue.
She escalated the verbal conversation to physical violence. She violently resisted Officer Holton and eventually punched him repeatedly and bit him with such force that she left a bite impression on his forearm. Gibson and another...
Yeah, miss me with that damn race soldier degenerate punching our damn sister like she was a grown-ass man. I wish for sure as hell I would have been there. I would have jumped in that thing off a rip. No questions asked. I ain't sitting around and letting no, black woman or child, and no black person in general, but especially not no black woman, child, or elderly black person, get whooped down on by the police, I'm in that ASAP.
Another woman pending arrest were originally spectators. Ultimately, however, they violated Florida law themselves by harassing Officer Holton and failing to provide him with a 25-foot area to safely detain Mcgriff, and after he gave them verbal...
See, that's some nonsense, a 25-foot area, just another, tool in the racist white supremacist race soldiers, tool bag for them to run amok around here. And the police don't need no more added, armor and insulation. It's we, in FBA society that need, the added armor and insulation against these damn race soldiers. You know what I mean? And they tried this new, Halo law out for the first time on black women, and only in a system of racism, white supremacy would this go down. But let's continue.
warning to get back. They did not comply. Because Officer Holton was outfitted with a body-worn camera, his interactions with Mcgriff, Gibson, and others on scene were recorded. So I'll share that footage with you now. And additionally, a spectator on scene recorded part of the incident on a cell phone.
He should have just told our sister to move her car. He didn't need to grab her. He was the one that, took it to a physical, he amplified the situation. Basically, the long and short of it is what I'm trying to say. As soon as he touched our sister, there was no reason to go in our sister's personal space and put hands on her. He should have just told her to move her car. That's all this damn race soldier had to do. If it would have been a white lady, you could sure as hell bet he would have just told her to move her car, but let's continue.
Some of that cell phone footage has been posted on social media platforms. I will play that cell phone video after the body-worn camera footage is shown.
I ain't gonna play all of this, family. I just want you to see the officer was the one that first, escalated the event to a physical altercation when he grabbed our sister.
I need your license. I need your license. That's your car. I just let me get out of the car. Okay.
And that's our sister's young daughter there trying to hold this damn race soldier back.
The driver went to the school. The driver's at the school, sir. I will bleed. Listen, you can get a ticket, or you can keep playing this game. You go to jail. I'm gonna give you one chance. You create the drama. I don't want any drama. I want to go home and I want to leave. I just came to pick up my child. Okay. I just came to pick up my child. That's all.
Look, boom. He the one that took it from nothing, and now he made it everything. He should have never put his damn filthy race soldier hands on our sister. And in closing, we need some legal insulation, added protections in FBA society, you know what I mean? And they running this damn, halo, this new law, and they for sure as hell, found a way to put that new law on two black women. And that's a bunch of nonsense. Whenever the white supremacists, come up with a new law, they got to make sure that they try that thing out on black people first and foremost. And that's a bunch of nonsense. You know what I mean? And they don't need to give, this halo law just adding the race soldiers with more, insulation and armor. They don't need no more insulation and armor. They need to be, they need to have less, rights. They got all the rights in the world. They get to run them up. It's we in FBA society that need to add insulation and protection, against these race soldiers. That we need legal protections, put in the law quick, fast, and in a hurry. We need that black hate crimes bill, family. And if, they ain't going to protect FBA society, we got to get out here and, maybe start taking justice into our own hands. I'm in favor of that one. And Ben Crump's, the attorney on this thing. And y'all know how I feel about Ben Crump. All he out for is a quick payday. You know what I mean? Black folks need to stop, letting him, represent these type of cases. But in closing, family, this is a bunch of nonsense. We need that black hate crimes bill ASAP. And if they ain't going to protect us, we got to, get out here and start taking justice into our own hands. That's my standpoint on it. Just my thoughts on the matter. Peace.